Hello, dear subscribers. Imagine this. A dead body is found in the sea, with documents in its pockets that could change the course of the war. What if these documents are exactly what your enemy needs to make a critical mistake? This is the essence of Operation Mincemeat, one of the most successful disinformation campaigns of World War II. Today, we'll see how this operation perfectly illustrates the Chinese stratagem of open city gates, a strategy that turns falsehood into truth and truth into falsehood. This stratagem is one of the ancient strategies described in the Chinese text, the Book of Changes, which rulers of China used in ancient times. These tactics and manipulations in politics and war helped their users emerge victorious in the most difficult situations. Today, we will see how this ancient wisdom helped the Allies on the battlefield during World War II. One of the most successful and significant special operations of World War II was the operation carried out by the British Admiralty's intelligence service, codenamed Mincemeat. This operation perfectly embodied the principle of the stratagem: make the false seem real, and the real seem false. The Allied forces needed to capture Sicily. While Sicily was under German control, they controlled the entire Mediterranean, and without its capture, any military action in Italy was impossible. So how could they make the Germans believe that the target of the Allied forces would not be Sicily, but another location? The plan was to deceive the enemy. The goal was to make documents fall into the enemy's hands, revealing the Allies' supposed plans. The scenario was set. A body of a staff officer was found in the sea, along with a letter that was supposed to belong to him. The officer was flying from England to Africa, but his plane was shot down. He ended up in the sea in a life vest and died. The letter found on him made it seem that the preparation for the invasion of Sicily was merely a distraction. A massive amount of preparation went into this operation. A forensic pathologist was consulted to figure out the typical signs of a body that had died in a plane crash and been in the sea. Naturally, it was assumed that the body would be carefully examined by enemy doctors. The question then became, what body to use? It had to be approved by the family, considering the British sensitivity to such matters. The family consented, and the body was chosen. 3 transportation options were considered: ship, seaplane, and submarine. The decision was made to transport the body via submarine. One of the main tasks was to write the letter. The letter was to be written by General Archibald Nye, Deputy Chief of the Imperial General Staff, to General Alexander, commanding the army in Tunisia. The letter explained that the Committee of Staff had approved the plan to use Sicily as a decoy in the Brimstone operation, the false operation against the German army in southern France. The real attack would come in Sardinia and the eastern Mediterranean, with troops landing in Greece. They created a complete backstory for the officer, including finding a common name like William Martin and retroactively assigning him to a post in the amphibious operations headquarters. He was given a used military uniform, with tags removed and replaced with identical ones. The officer's pockets contained an ID, private letters, an invitation to a London officers' club, theater tickets, and personal items, including a photograph of his fiancée and a letter from the bank saying his credit was exhausted. All these items helped create the illusion of reality. On April 19, 1943, the submarine Seraph set sail with the body of Major Martin. After 10 days submerged underwater, the submarine reached its destination. A briefcase was attached to the body, and the operation entered its decisive phase. After the war, it was revealed from German intelligence archives that the body had been found, examined, and handed over to German intelligence. They confirmed the authenticity of the documents found with the officer. The German High Command agreed with the assessment. When Admiral Dönitz returned from Italy and reported to Hitler that, according to Mussolini, the Allies would strike at Sicily, Hitler disagreed. He believed that the documents found at sea pointed to an attack on Sardinia and the Peloponnese. Even 2 weeks after the Allies landed in Sicily, Hitler was still convinced that it was a feint, and he sent General Rommel to command troops in Greece. Rommel was later recalled and reassigned to lead the Italian forces. As a result of the Mincemeat operation, the Germans concentrated their forces in Greece, reinforced the coastlines, placed minefields, and deployed coastal batteries. They also moved a tank division into Greece. Significant resources were shifted from Sicily to Sardinia and Corsica. When it became clear that Sicily was the real target, it was too late for the Germans to correct their mistake. Using the power of misinformation, the Allies managed to pull off one of the greatest military deceptions in history. It's a perfect example of how understanding and applying strategic wisdom can turn the tide of war. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe to stay updated on more interesting stories.